Hi, welcome to the video 11 of our Adobe Premiere Pro classes. Today we are dealing completely with the source monitor for precise clip selection. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make in Premiere Pro is dragging full clips into the timeline and trimming them later. But professionals know the real power lies in the source monitor. Today I'll show you how to use the source monitor to pick the exact frames you want by saving time and keeping your edits super clean. As you can see here, I opened an existing project file. To open any clip in the source monitor, just double click that clip. That's it. This opens the source monitor. So from here you can scrub through like wherever you want, then select this option called mark in. In simple words, it's the in point. Next is this is out point. You can use the shortcut keys for this as well. The default ones are I and O. I is nothing but in point, O is nothing but out point. So now simply drag and drop into the timeline. Only this part is going to be added here. So this saves a ton of time. I only dragged the video file only. If you want the audio file, click and drag the audio as well. Oops, I unchecked this. Make sure it is enabled both video 1 and audio 1, then you can drag it. If in case you don't want to do it manually, just you need to add it like with a single button. That option is also there here. As you can see here, these are the options: insert and overwrite. Just move the playhead wherever you want and make sure it is in source monitor. You can see here it is in source monitor, not in the program. Whenever you move anything in the timeline, it shifts back to the program monitor. Make sure you are in source monitor. So now I selected the points. Now first let's talk about the insert option. It inserts between the two clips. Let's say if I want to insert here exactly, I moved my playhead here. Make sure it is in source monitor. Click on insert and a new window will open like this. Once go through all these options, you will know what it does means. The next option is overwrite. That is also useful. Basically what I do is whenever I want to do like a specific clip in that existing clip, I simply mark in and out points. I drag the video. Since I record the audio separately, no need of that camera audio. If in case you want to watch this is the play button. You can use the space bar for play or pause the video. For example, if in case I want to cut the clip before my hand enters into the frame, just control it with the help of your arrow keys, left or right. So left means it goes frame by frame to the previous, right means vice versa. So I do this and select the out point again and drag and drop. As you can see here, the clip is precisely trimmed. If in case you want to zoom in or zoom out, it's very easy. Premiere Pro added it finally. Just with your mouse center scroll wheel, move it and undo it. If in case it's not fitting in the frame, select this and choose fit. That's it. If in case you are not using any external mouse and only with the trackpad you are editing the video, just pinch with 2 fingers, it will zoom in. Pinch out with the 2 fingers, it zoom out. Not only these options, there are some more options are there in the source monitor. This is marker. I'll talk about it in the next coming videos. What is the marker and how it is actually helpful. Of course, these two options just now we talked, mark in and mark out. Then this is, if I press the shift plus I button, it goes to the initial marking position. If I press the shift plus O, it goes to the mark out position. I mean in and out points. And these two buttons are move the frame one at a time. I don't use it most of the time. I simply use the arrow keys left and right. It's very convenient for me. These two options we just now talked. And this is called the capture button, also called export frame, where we can export this exact frame as a PNG or, as you can see, as a PNG. Different formats are available. Even if you want, you can import that into the project and you can choose the path as well by selecting the browse option. I use this option most of the time for creating the thumbnails. Other than that, I'm not using at all. It depends. If you want some custom transitions or fancy editing techniques, you can export the frame and do your editing. You will see some more options. These options as well as whatever the options in the program monitor, both are almost same. Some options are added here, but anyways, I'll talk about that in a moment. So in the source monitor, we have some more options like safe margins, proxies, toggling on and off button. Simply drag and drop here to add it in the viewer taskbar. If in case you want to remove that, simply drag and drop it. If in case you messed up with that, click on reset layout. Yeah, that's pretty much about the source monitor, and that's how you use the source monitor for precise clip selection. If you master this source monitor, you will speed up your editing workflow dramatically. If you found this video helpful, check out the next video where we will dive into the program monitor, which is also very important, and I'll talk about some of the playback controls, some extra things in that section. Hey, if you are willing to start a YouTube channel or already started a YouTube channel but not seeing any results, don't worry, I'm actually starting a one-on-one mentorship or a coaching program where I'm the person teaching you some of the strategies I have learned and some of the techniques I'm going to use in my other two channels, even in this channel as well. You can check out the link in the description box to fill out the Google forms. Soon I'll contact back to you.